technology, which feels very peak 2018. Here are the stats from that game, though. France with more possession, more shots and more corners as well, but it was a battle in their 2-1 win, and they top the group with Denmark and Peru to play later on this afternoon. Perhaps the most interesting stat of today is that that's only France's 4th win in the group stages of a World Cup since 1998. It was a battle for them, wasn't it, Didier?
Yeah, it was, and I expected that, so that's why I was saying a 1-0 win for France, because they have problems starting in the competition. So, and Australia done well. I think they created them a lot of problems, and they couldn't really solve them. So it has to be a set piece, like a penalty or a mistake from the Australian defender to win the game.
I think coming into this game, Didier Deschamps was under a lot of pressure to change the formation, to get those 3 players in. And I think what we saw today, it didn't quite work. They didn't click. So I think maybe the next game, we'll see them reverting back to that 4-4-2 with that Giroud and Griezmann partnership.
How much, actually, when you talk about it not clicking, by the way, we'll come on to VAR in just a moment, don't worry. When you talk about not clicking, how much, when you played, did you want to be told what to do and have a structure, and how much did you want it to be less to chance? All of you, you go first, Alex.
Look, I think what we see in the French team are a lot of talented individuals, and it's what we saw today. It was like trying to put them all on the pitch. But I think from what we've seen, the best from Griezmann is he works off Giroud. Giroud technically isn't the skillful player like we've seen with Mbappe and Dembele, but it works because Griezmann works off the knockdowns and the second balls, and that's what we didn't see from Griezmann today. He wasn't even really in the game.
No. I think the best teams have a mixture of both. They have that individual flair and flexibility and imagination in the final third, but they work from a team structure. And I do agree. I think Giroud, when he came on, gave the team a focal point in there, and I think the others around then, you know, started to play a little bit better. But you know what? It was a cruel blow for Australia. I don't think they deserved that today.
Well, come on to it. What did you want? Structure or off the cuff, or a bit of both?
No, I think you need a bit of both, because you need the creativity from these players. They need to play, they need to express themselves, but at the same time, they need a bit of organization with, I would say, a Giroud, where you say you have a target man and you can play off him, and like they did on the second goal.
10 years ago, 8 years ago, let's say, go back to, I know, World Cup 2010, Australia might have won that game 1-0. Actually, man, they, given the 2 decisions for the French goals. Go on then, look at VAR.
I don't like it. I've got to be honest, I've not liked it from day one. Personally, I don't think this is a penalty. I think Risdon got contact on the ball. I'm not so sure that actually Griezmann had...
Goes down in the box following a challenge, then the referees and the officials will want to see that again, won't they?
I think they need to see it again.
But they've seen it again, and it's not clear and obvious, so it shouldn't have been given a penalty. That's my point.
Yeah, but my point is, the referee might think, to me, that is clear and obvious. He has got a touch on him. He has brought him down. Therefore, I will give a penalty.
Yeah, but those people that are watching it, I don't know where they are in Russia, they've got the decision wrong. And that we brought in VAR to get the big decisions right, and I personally think they got the decision wrong.
Should we see? Should we see it all right?
Again.
Who wants to go first? Take your pick. Do you think it's a penalty, Didier?
First I said no, but I think it's a penalty, because after the tackle, Griezmann could have continued his run, and he has to stop his run because the defender touched him.
It was a good ball through from Pogba.
Yeah. Look, Ridson has to make that tackle, because if he doesn't, Griezmann's in anyway. It's a last-ditch tackle.
You're a full-back, Alex.
I am, Phil.
If you're Risdon there... Yeah, you was. if you're Risdon there and that's been given against you, how are you feeling?
But he's brought him down, that's the thing. Initially, me and Didier was like, yes, it's a great tackle, he's got the ball. But it took VAR and us to see in every angle, and then it changed our minds.
Changed our minds.
But VAR is all about clear and obvious.
It's a foul.
It's that part there that he's brought him down.
I still think I'm right. No, I do, because I think I keep going back to whether we agree with VAR or not, is that it's got to be clear and obvious. And those people that are studying it, watching it, I mean, we've got 3 different opinions here, so it mustn't have been clear and obvious. So that's why I don't think the penalty should have been given.
So you're saying no penalty, and you weren't a fan of VAR being used in that situation. You're saying penalty, and you do approve of VAR being used in that situation, and you're saying?
I'm saying you can't be in between and say, it's not clear, so we don't get the penalty. If it's not clear, it means there's a situation there.
You've misquoted me. VAR should have been used in that situation. What I said was I don't like VAR in general.
Right, OK.
That's what I don't like.
You wanted VAR to be used in that situation,
yeah,
but basically, I think it dropped out whenever Phil was talking. But on the penalty for Australia, no doubt here, Titi just had a moment of madness.
Yeah, he just had a moment, and I mean, you don't read the
flight of the ball.
Yeah. So
we're all sitting here and we're like, what?
Yeah, I didn't see that first. So
look, he misjudged the flight of the ball, and I think he thought that Sainsbury was coming in behind him, or Jednak was coming in behind him, so he panicked. I mean, it's a horrendous decision from someone of such... He's a great defender, Titi. And as soon as you saw his face, I mean, Jednak, I don't think he misses them. He's got a great record from the penalty spot. And you know what? That was justice for me at that time.
But a great penalty and great composure from the captain, the leader, to step up, because that's a pressure penalty to get your team back in the game, and he slots it away perfectly.
Probably one of France's best moves of the second half actually led to their goal. All right, there might have been a little bit of luck about how the ball ended up in the back of the net, but the move that led up to it was a good move.
Yeah, the move was I think, the best move that we've seen during this game. And again, it was with Giroud part of this play.
And Pogba.
That's what Giroud gives you. He gives you a focal point so Pogba can wrap balls into him. He's brilliant at just one touch. Look, was Pogba brilliant today? I thought it was a safe performance from him. He played everything simple. That's the touch from Pogba into Giroud. He was unlucky from the defender. I thought the defender BH had a really good game today. And it was a cruel blow for Australia because I thought they fought, they defended, their organisation was absolutely sensational, and I thought they deserved something out the game.
Alex?
I think what we saw from Australia towards the end is tired legs. And that comes as a result of the defending and how compact they actually were. Here we're just seeing the goal. It was a clear goal.
We need VAR for that.
Well, they did that go to VAR as well.
They got it right. They got it right, that one, but they got the first one wrong.
But it is, look, football can be cruel sometimes. In Australia, they put everything into that game, and they go back to that hotel really disappointed tonight, not to come away with a point.
It'll be interesting to see how Pogba's performance is reviewed after that. I would imagine he'll still come in for some criticism, and yet he put the ball through that led to the penalty. And he also, depending on how the goal is eventually given, but it's being given as Pogba's goal at the moment, he got the winner.
I think he was influential during that game, you know, playing the ball in depth for Mbappe and Griezmann and Dembele, and he was alternating, like playing short and then playing long as well, and the entrance of Giroud just helped him, you know, to create a link between a sort of number 9 or a number 10 and you know, to lay off and to have more options for also Mbappe to be the ones asking in depth, and Giroud dropping to receive the ball in the feet.
So does Giroud start for you next game for France?
I think he should. I think he should. I think he should start, and then in the second half you can bring a bit more speed.
The magic, when a team tires.
Yeah.
I think what you're seeing from Pogba today, you're seeing two things. You're seeing a player that played safe passes, nice and easy, kept the play moving. He was involved in the first goal, the second goal. So you say he had a good game. The critics will say, he didn't play well today because we didn't see him. Everyone wants him to play safe. Everyone wants him to have no colour in his hair. Everyone wants him to be that boring football. He's not that. So today he produced, for me, a safe performance. I think there's still miles more to come.
Can I say I don't think everybody does want that? I just think a lot of former players seem to want that.
Well, I don't. I want to see the character. I want to see him taking risks with his passes. Sometimes when you take risks with your passes, like Didier will tell you, if he makes the run, just play the ball in behind. 9 times out of 10, it might not get there. But you know what? That one pass gets to Drogba, gets a goal. And that's what the great players do.
Let's get some reaction from the Australian camp. Here's their captain, Millie Edinak.
Disappointed, though. Just we didn't have that luck. You know, that first decision, I don't know, seemed to the ball seemed to keep going, and then he got the shout, and I mean even the second goal, I mean it was a bit of fortune, and they didn't know it went in, but that's football. We understand that. We've got to take the positives from today and pick ourselves up and go again. We have no other choice.
Did you feel that you were actually getting control of the game in the second half?
We knew we had to be right at it from the start of the first whistle, and then that straight into the second half. We knew that they would come out at us. We need to maintain that discipline and focus. We did that. you know, it's just unfortunate. We got ourselves back in the game, and you know, we felt good. It felt okay, and then they get that goal, and you know, we have another cut. We have a go at the end, but it wasn't meant to be today.
And finally, what will be your message to the rest of the players in the dressing room now?
I've already told them, if we maintain that form and we maintain that discipline and structure and concentration throughout, not just in the games, but you know, right from now, then let's see where it gets us. But you know, I can't fault them, and the boys, you know, they put an almighty effort in today.
Thanks, Miller.
No worries, cheers.
Well, the other game in Group C takes place this afternoon in Saransk when Peru meet Denmark. You can see that one